Welcome right back here on the Voice of Nature, still with the Nature Ambassador. On the Voice of Nature, still with the Nature Ambassador, Her Eminence Karen Udoh. To all creations, perfect peace to us all. Still on the benefit of being in the positive spiritual consciousness, which is the sure way, I say, for living a true successful life here on earth and even beyond. Most of the need for the preservation, protection, and promotions of divine natural gifts, endowments, abilities, and general spiritual vessel, which is the mission segment at hand. We were to briefly review few histories in regards to this. When Christ was born, the wise men, which I will refer here as vessels with natural gifts, endowment, or ability, visited and met with Herod. And Herod demanded of them to notify him when they meet our Lord Jesus, so he will also pay homage to his personage. They departed. Mark here that whenever you are carnal, you are in the dark or in danger. So this is why the keeper's works, God in his Son self Christ, should always and eternally be praised, appreciated, and be promoted. It is awesome. Because we all are living only by the keeper's mercy and grace. Things and battles going on that we can't see in our carnal eyes, which is constantly fought and conquered just to keep every creation whose existence is still relevant on the life stage are terrifying. However, as spiritually minded and connected energies, when they left Herod's presence, the true custodian of secret avails them the real intentions of Herod, and his evil plans was quickly averted. Again, when Herod realized the divine interventions, his fury aggravated and he launched another disastrous move. The history told us that the custodian and revealer of secret did not stop there, rather went further to allow Jesus' father, Joseph, to quickly take the child away. Now let's assume all these souls or energies were not spiritually connected or minded and guided. What do you think would have happened to the newborn heavenly monarch? I know some will say God will protect. It's okay. Do you keep track of your dreams? Because that is one sure way God communicates with his people, of his wills, intentions to man, about nations, kingdoms, etc. Don't you think due to our lack of spiritual consciousness, we neglect spiritual guardians? Yes, we neglect spiritual information that are meant to guide every steps of our lives. A lot of our blessings and divine gifts from God have been either smashed, thwarted, destroyed, or even death has happened to many great souls due to these common mistakes, negligence to spiritual guardians, and warnings. More so in those days, primary histories has it that in some cultures, when a child is born, he or she must be taken for consultations to know the kind of omen or energy that has manifested or the child is surrounded with. I tell you, that was a very good activity or practice. Querying the source of information or consultation for now isn't the issue, but I applaud such idea and acts itself. Now, as we dedicate our newborns, acknowledging that Christ is the only true custodian of every destiny, don't we think it would be very helpful we have refined divine souls of priests or vessels with these deciphering abilities to guide the parent of this newborn on time? I think it will save and guide many destinies. Again, on the book of Daniel 2:19-28, in summary, this portion affirms God as the true keeper and dresser of kings, leaders, and even everyone, and that any king or leader that isn't positively guided spiritually or connected to divinity himself can never rule, govern, or lead well. Subjects or people under wrong or negative spiritual guardians' reign or leadership will always live in misery. true guardians ought to be a must for all leaders. You see, we have special advisors on several matters. The office and position of special advisor on spiritual matters, to me, is an office that every king and leader should not joke with and should make sure such a vessel is divinely gifted and endowed, spiritually connected and loved by God, so as to, without sentiment, deliver truth and true guidance at all times. Because when a person or nation walks on God's will, mandates, and guidance, there shall be true advancement. Correspondingly, with few of these reviews, it has once again reminded us that there are great benefits for being spiritually and positively minded. Please never forget how we got here, still on how and ways to seek divine approvals, directives from God for our blessing, which is under these segments: natural gifts, stroke endowment. So is it that you commit yourself in seeking God, or you lean to already prepared vessels? Now the questions are they still true divine, real natural gifts, powers, abilities here on earth as were of old? Where are the Joseph, Elijah, Elisha, Samson, Daniel, Esther, etc. of this era or age? We are going to find out soon in practical terms. But make no mistake, God himself has affirmed that a city without a prophet, that city is doomed. Permit me to sign out for a moment, returning shortly to first attend to a controversial query sent by someone to our private line about the prophecy of John the Divine in the island of Patmos. Then we will further our mission at hand, and may we never forget that nature is supreme.